God, guns, babies, that's what we love, declared a Christian politician from the South. In fact, it's a message many Christians loudly shout as the guns they idolize are used to put someone's baby in the ground. Can you see it? Can you hear it? The wail of a mother growing hoarse from endless screaming for her murdered daughter. The terrorized cries of children left to die while armed police officers stand idly outside. The shroud of blood covering ground, walls, tables, and victims, the echoes of bullets in the minds of each witness. The hollow hopes and prayers from us Christian complacent. The refusal to make a change, at the very least, for the children. These last few years have been discouraging, to say the least, as I've watched Christians I admired open their smiling mouths to speak of our rights being violated at a hint of inconvenience, all while proclaiming God's great love and goodness. I see behind our eyes the rot of individualism, of comfortable lives that can't be bothered by others' pain-filled experiences. We are whitewashed tombs, hypocrites calling for love, walking by the bloody, beaten traveler with noses turned up. How can we believe we have a right to speak of God's care, attention, and powerful mercy when the words we use are just that, words? Empty promises of comfort, inaction bred from fear. We fear a world in which our power is less, the power of men convinced they're more important than the rest, the power of the wealthy to hole up in their homes, removed from undesirables they would rather not know, the power of institutions to elevate big names over protecting the vulnerable, the wounded, the shamed, the power of patriarchy to silence women's voice, touting biblical passages when these women make noise. But this isn't all Christians, of course not, but it's enough to sully the name of Jesus and taint his gentle touch. Would Jesus have defended the right to bear arms? No. He said, if you live by, then you die by the sword. He lived a life of selflessness. He did nothing for himself. He dedicated his time and energy. He did not seek after wealth. He prioritized the sick and wounded. He wept with those who weep. He humbled himself beneath his friends' rancid feet. But this isn't the image of Jesus the world sees. They see instead the loud inaction of the church Christ's body. There is infighting and name-calling, wolves in sheep's clothes, division, stubborn selfishness, liberal and conservative poles. There are scandals and cover-ups, protection of the abuser over the abused, a disregard of systemic racism, contempt for differing views. Something needs to change, church. We ought to be known by our love, not by prejudice, bickering, shouting for rights, or ignoring the evidence of the harm caused by God's people to the ones he came to save. The masses longing for acceptance, warmth, compassion, a place where they can belong and rest, where they don't have to strive, where they can find a family to welcome them inside the house of the Lord, a haven and home made for a diverse people, not ones who fit a mold. Think of the ones Jesus ate with, laughed with, enjoyed, the parts of a community that are too often kept outside. Let us be the hands of Jesus. Let us show him to the world. Let us prioritize rights that matter, safety in classrooms, security in the everyday, shopping, driving, walking home, a belief that every individual life is significant. No person or child should ever feel alone. Jesus spoke of the shepherd who pursued the one sheep. While the rest of the flock was content and safe, he did not ignore the minority, the one who was in danger. Jesus shows us he sees the little one hiding in the corner. He sees the broken spirit crying in the dark. He holds the hands of the abandoned. He empathizes with every part of our experiences, whether seen or unseen. He is gentle, lowly, patient, caring, the protector of all of these. He is good, and the church should reflect him. So let us stand up to action and make the change from within.